Hey folks, this is Samuel George with the Bertelsmann Foundation, back with another 2024 election dispatch. Today we are in the mid-Atlantic state of Maryland. We're in the Tacoma Park neighborhood, actually not so far from Washington, D.C.
So let's get to it.
Now, Maryland isn't typically what you think of as a swing state. This is a state that hasn't voted for a Republican for president since George H.W. Bush in 1988, and that's one of only 3 times that it's voted for a Republican president since 1960. In 2020, this is a state that Joe Biden won by over 30 percentage points. In 2016, it's a state that Hillary Clinton won by about 27 percentage points. So we can pretty safely put Maryland and its 10 electoral votes in the Democratic side. And given that, the Democrats would love to just cruise to a nice, easy victory here, not spend a lot of time, not spend a lot of resources. Unfortunately for them, it's not going to really work out that way. There's going to be a very, very close, very intense election this year in Maryland. It's just not going to be for president. It's going to be for the United States Senate. Now look, we know the Senate is extremely powerful. It's also extremely evenly divided. Right now we have 49 Republicans, we have 48 Democrats, and 3 independents that caucus with the Democrats, which gives the Democrats the advantage. That could easily flip in this upcoming election and give the Republicans control of the Senate. One of Maryland's 2 senators is retiring this year.
After nearly 6 decades of serving Marylanders, Senator Ben Cardin is calling it a career.
I want to make the decision when I can make that decision, and I think this is the right time.
And that will open up his seat for this election. Now, typically the Democrats would feel pretty confident about that Senate seat. After all, they've won every Senate election in Maryland since 1980. But this year, there's a wrinkle. The Republicans are running Larry Hogan, a former governor of the state, a Republican who's proven that he's able to win statewide elections in Maryland against Democrats. He won the gubernatorial election twice, in 2014 and 2018. The only reason he stepped aside in 2023 was because of term limits. He left office as one of the most popular governors in America. Now, critically, for a Republican Party that's dominated by the candidate Donald Trump, Larry Hogan has not pledged his allegiance to Donald Trump. He's not a total MAGA character, and he's even been willing to be critical of candidate Trump. That willingness to criticize President Trump is becoming increasingly rare for Republican candidates. Now, it's unclear how that's all going to play out for him. That independence may make him more attractive to center-of-the-road voters. It could be a turnoff, though, for the state's more hard-right MAGA Republicans. But no matter what, Larry Hogan is a serious candidate with a serious chance to win, and that's going to force Democrats to spend time and resources and to take this election very seriously. So the key question becomes, who are the Democrats going to run against Hogan?
Ladies and gentlemen, the next United States Senator from the state of Maryland, my friend, your friend, Angela Alsobrooks.
In a close primary election, Angela Alsobrooks defeated David Trone to become the Democratic candidate for the Senate seat. It's a bit of a surprise outcome. For months, people expected Trone to win, and Alsobrooks caught up to him basically in the final weeks. Now, how was she able to do that? Well, for one thing, people became more familiar with her solid record as the Prince George's County executive. She received key endorsements from Maryland's top Democrats, such as Governor Wes Moore and Congressman Jamie Raskin. That helped her overcome the massive amounts of money that Trone, a businessman, was pouring into the race. She performed very strongly in the city of Baltimore and also in these regions right outside of Washington, D.C., where she has a strong history as being an effective policymaker. That's a battle she'll have to repeat when she confronts Larry Hogan in the general election. And if she does win, she'll make history as Maryland's first African-American senator and just the country's 4th African-American female senator. So that's our big takeaway here in Maryland. It's going to be very, very close coming down the wire here. You may not think of Maryland as a swing state, but this is a state that could swing the United States Senate in 2024.